Hello and welcome back. So in this video, I'll be reading you guys a short story that I have written. And the story is about how I think I feel about the school system using the characters SpongeBob and Patrick. So, SpongeBob and Patrick are walking side by side, making it through the dense woods. Hours later, SpongeBob and Patrick go so deep into the woods that when they start to feel like going home, they start to hear strange noises. When they heard this weird noise, they panicked and started to run as quickly as possible, jumping over fallen and dead trees and avoiding to look back, fearing they're being chased. After 15 minutes of running, Patrick quietly calls out for SpongeBob. He calls, and he calls, but no response. Patrick's worst fear came into play, realizing that he's been separated from SpongeBob. Calling out but not receiving any type of response, and having the feeling that something is staring at him, watching his every move, ready to strike at any moment. Patrick turns around and tries to look for SpongeBob left and right. Just before Patrick started to think that his best friend is nowhere to be found, he hears a faint call from afar. After hearing what sounded like his name, he yelled out, "SpongeBob!" and started to run to where the sound came from. He's running and he's running, feeling the adrenaline in every muscle of his body, feeling the strength in his legs, and listening to every sound around him. Patrick starts to hear leaves and twigs crunching right beside him as fast as he's running, and he stops and pauses, and he sees a mysterious figure. This mysterious figure quietly and quickly says, "Patrick, it's your best friend, SpongeBob." Patrick yells out, "Oh, But before Patrick finishes his sentence, SpongeBob covers his mouth, shushing him. After a moment or two, SpongeBob says, "Listen very carefully, Patrick. We are being chased by teachers. If they catch us, they'll force us to sit down in chairs behind desks, just consume information, obey the rules like we're sheep. That means we have to stay in the classrooms even when we have to go to the bathroom or simply getting out to drink water. They'll assign us homework that we won't understand and hope and pray that we learn everything within one day and move on to another subject, or try to teach us the same thing but with a few changes within the next day. They'll also make us take tests to see if we have learned the subject and let us know with a percentage, a number out of how many questions there were on the test, or simply a letter that we get in the class. And they'll make us do work that we wouldn't want to do. They'll wake us up and make us pay attention if we have our heads down on our desks when we would feel tired or sleepy. They will also shout or yell at us to come back for trying to leave the classroom, because what they really want is to make us feel all these negative emotions, like sadness if we have bad grades, anger if we are assigned lots of homework to do at home, even though all we want to do at home is rest and relax after school. But no, they don't want us to relax or rest. They want us to be tense, bored, working too hard, and most of all, they want us to feel anxiety so we can catch up on missing works when we would get sick. And if we don't learn these subjects in time or fast enough, they'll make us stay behind our age group and teach us the same thing again and again and again and again and again until they successfully burn whatever it is into our heads, Patrick." Patrick quietly responds, "SpongeBob, I don't want that. It couldn't, it wouldn't, it mustn't, it shouldn't happen." "Well then, follow me. You need to see this." SpongeBob turns around and leads Patrick deeper into the woods. Several minutes pass by and SpongeBob finally stops to show Patrick what he needs to show him. "Patrick, look over there. Do you see it?" "See what, SpongeBob?" "All I can see are the trees around, some fallen ones, some dead ones, some dry ones, and I see SpongeBob stuck in a pool of mud." "SpongeBob?" "Say that last part again, Patrick." "I see SpongeBob in a pool of mud, SpongeBob." "Exactly. You see another SpongeBob stuck in mud, and I'm right here." So if you're here, who's that, SpongeBob? That's not SpongeBob, Patrick. That's a robot. If you don't believe me, focus on what it says and whisper it to me. Patrick listens closely to what it says. So what do you hear, Patrick? I hear it say, "Help me, Patrick. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Please hurry, there's ice cream nearby." You heard it, Patrick, and I looked and there is no ice cream. And look above it, what do you see? I see a cage hanging alongside of a branch being held with rope. Now you know that it's a trap. Now let's get out of here. As Patrick and SpongeBob carefully try to leave, Patrick starts to feel an itch on his back. He asks if SpongeBob can help him. He turns around and hears SpongeBob say, "Patrick, you got a map taped on your back." SpongeBob yanks it off Patrick's back, scratches the itchy area, and remembers that Patrick told him that he taped a map on his back in case they forgot the way back home before they left. SpongeBob and Patrick safely go back home. They safely go back to SpongeBob's house and play a board game called Escalators and Eels. The end. Alright. So, I hope you liked it. I would say like and subscribe, but I don't really care. Alright. And here are my doggos that unfortunately had to listen to my voice. Just kidding. Yeah. So, Cheekies and Mimi. Alright. Have a wonderful day and afternoon. Well, I don't know where you guys are watching this from, but well, just see ya.